and you just have to hang on your fingers. Oh. And then it's all hell breaks loose here. Ah, no way.
All right, we're into the men's final. First up, Steve Hong. Tony, what's it take to stay on this wall?
You got to be totally focused on the top, but look at that quick draw to the right. He's not clipping it. That's against the rules. He is required to clip all the quick draws in order, and he skipped one. That's going to disqualify him. That's a tough break for a very strong climber.
He's disappointed. There's the clip he missed. He's out. 3 more climbers to go in the final round. We've got John Cronin, the lanky climber on the wall. Tony Aniro, course setter, call this for us.
Well, John may be tall and lanky, but he's incredibly powerful and super supple. He's got the jaw, a real good hold under that skull, but the eyes that stare at you are not very good. He's got to figure out how to get his weight onto his foot. He doesn't look happy with that eye situation. He's going to try the top of the skull, but that's no good either. He's got to somehow get over those pinches, and he's not sure.
What exactly do you mean by the skull? That's a hole formed like a skull, no, Tony?
Yeah, it's more of a Halloween hold. We made it specially for Halloween and to stymie these guys.
And it's stymie Cronin for sure. He can't figure out what to do there.
He's got to get his right hand on that next crow's foot, otherwise he's out of sequence.
Now, where's the crow's foot?
See that hole to the right of the skull? Looks like a crow's footprint. There's a couple. Oh, look at that.
Oh, he just skips it.
He skips
Dynamic.
it all together. I don't know if that's going to give him off. Oh, he recovered. Really tough recovery from the balance.
Has he used a lot of energy in doing that?
Oh, totally. He got totally out of balance, but he was able to pull it off. That's because he's so strong. He's got a little rest here. That should get a little bit back for him.
Doesn't let rest. Nonetheless, he still has to hang off the fingertips.
Oh, yeah, this rest is only for a climber. None of us would even be able to hang on there if we hadn't climbed for years. Look at that. He's got a toe hook there. That's a really tricky deal. He's pushing with his foot and pulling with the other, taking weight off his hands.
Notice the straight arms. As straight as you can get them so the skeleton takes the tension, not the muscles.
Yeah, but his forearm muscles are just totally burning.
No, he's bent arms now. I can't see the guy lasting that much longer.
Yeah, look, he's still using his feet really well, though. He's controlled.
Oh, yeah. Technique is good.
He tried to skip a move there.
Oh, how does he hang that? After all that work, how does he hang that?
He's been up there for a long time, and he's, look at that. That pocket is down sloping, and he's still pulling it off. Oh, he definitely is keeping their control. Most people would be panicking, even with experience.
It's sort of like a good boxer. Gets in trouble, he doesn't abandon form, but he's off.
He can't take that hole, he is off. You know what? He's gone farther than any man out. Now he is in the lead, but he hasn't won yet. There are 2 other climbers yet to get on the wall, Scott Franklin and Doug Engelkirk.
Okay, Scott has finished the first part of the traverse, and he's on to the section with very small holds. Even though it's not steep, the holds are very, very tiny and difficult to balance on. He's...
That hold that he had his left hand on spun, you see him pointing at it, frustrated. He's going to go back to isolation. He'll get a chance to take this route after Doug Engelkirk. Tony Aniro's tightening this hold for Doug Engelkirk's run. Now the question is, will this be an advantage for Franklin because he's memorized the lower part of the course, or will it be a disadvantage because he will be tired? We're going to find out right after Doug Engelkirk's run. Tony?
Well, Doug is famous for looking very terrible and then very good. You can never tell when he's going to fall. Doug has got such tremendous control and recovery after a difficult section that he can always, or nearly always, make it to the top.
He doesn't look like one of the stronger climbers.
Oh, but he's very strong in the head. Doug never gives up, he never loses control, and he never loses concentration.
Well, he's stronger than a lot than just in the head. I mean, you cannot hang on to those kind of holes for that length of time with that tremendous tendon strength. And tendon strength is one of those things that doesn't show up like muscular strength.
Look at that knee lock. Very efficient use of his legs. That's important. That could help him later. Doug trains for hours and hours and hours and hours, and that's how he can hang on to these holds in these competitions.
You know, Doug lives up in Mammoth Lakes. It's pretty high altitude. We're here in Colorado Springs. Does that play any factor?
Well, yeah, the oxygen up there is a little bit lower. It can help a little bit with his breathing. He won't breathe so hard at the lower elevations. This is a very... Oh, he's getting backwards here. He's getting backwards, but he's working his feet anyway. He's adapting... Uh-oh.
That's a perfect example of only he can get away with that.
Look at that.
That kind of recovery off no holes whatsoever, really.
He was hanging on the tips of his fingers. He should have fallen there, but he didn't. And look at this.
He's right back into it.
He's totally composed again. He's relaxed. He's thinking of what to do next. He will not miss any sequences here.
That's amazing how he can recover like that.
Oh, yeah. It is a real, look, he's resting, and he's got the difficult crossover where John Cronin fell off, got the next hold.
Even the competitors can't believe it.
So John knows he's definitely in the lead now, Doug.
He's got, look at that, 2 fingers in a sloping pocket, and he's still on.
Oh, he is off?
Can't imagine a more dramatic performance. He's in first place now.
Yeah, he has assured himself victory. Now Scott's back on the wall here for his last attempt.
Scott motored through the bottom part with ease. He's totally psyched, probably really upset. Oh, he's bumbling a clip here. That's a really strenuous position. I think he was a little premature on his clip. That lost him some energy for sure.
That and having to climb the first part of the route twice can't work in his favor.
Oh, absolutely. Look, he's still confused here. That rattled him. He's losing lots of energy at this spot. Those holes look big up there, but they're all sloping. They're flat. You can hardly get your fingers inside. Notice him having to jump for that. Okay, here's where the Cronin and Engelkirk got arrested, and Scott has missed it. He's missing the knee lock. He's having to squeeze the beam with his thighs. He's going to shorten his rest. He's going.
And you can't swing around with your feet dangling like that for very long. Even Scott Franklin can't do that without it just eating up all his energy.
He's one of those guys that is as strong as he looks, but even Scott can't get away with that.
Well, those things, it's really not much better than reaching up and pinching a beach ball. It's surrounded.
Oh, absolutely. He's like squeezing a banana glued to the roof there. Oh, but absolutely smooth move to that sloping edge. He's back in control. No problem with that pocket. He's like, look at that toe. Oh, he skipped the toe hook. That would have saved him.
Now, how far does he have to go to either get second or to win?
Oh, he's got to see this pocket, this black pocket right above his head. Doug had it and went to the next hold. Scott looks solid. He could do it. He's right there.
Puts him in second place right there.
One more hold, and he's going to be able to. And
he's off.
He did not hold that hold.
Where does that put Scott Franklin, Tony?
Puts him in second place.
And Doug Engelkirk is our winner. So very close. Look at these two competitors. They reached the same hole, but just inches farther is Doug Engelkirk. Here's our men's final roundup.
A lot of pressure on me. Never lost in the U.S. and there's some guys that I have, trained with and stuff, and they're fast. They've beaten me here and there, but never in a competition. So I got my little head games. I'll shake their hand and, I don't know, say good luck and wink in their eye and don't be messed up mentally, but who knows, maybe they'll be able to handle me.
All right, going into these finals, you got Florine against Honig and Typhus against Kitty Mattis. Tony?
Going up against Hans Florine, it's Tim Hannock on the right. Hans Florine is on the left for the final run. Hans looks absolutely smooth, as usual.
3 seconds into it, he's already got a half a body length. I don't think Honig has a chance.
Oh, he's got the bell first. It's Florine.
What can I say? I'm a veteran.
Kenny is a very quick, like a shrew. He just snaps his way up the wall.
All right, Kenny's going really quickly from the hole. Oh, he's off. What happened?
Both his hands just popped off the holes.
That made it look easy for Typhus.
Actually, Ty, my last rival, he's at my home gym. We knew going into this thing we were going to be doing a difficulty speed route, and we practiced a couple of difficulty routes together, speed climbing, and actually he beat me.
This is it, the men's speed finals. Typhus on the right against his friend in the gym, and rival on the wall, the unbeaten Hans Florine. Tony.
They're both friends. They train together. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Ty gets a slow start, though.
That slow start might cost him. You can't make any mistakes against Florine in the sport.
But he is making ground. He is. Oh, it's close.
Nope.
It's Florine to the belt first. He's going to be the champion.
I come from triathlons, track and field, the works. I've had people playing head games with me for 20 years, and I think it's normal, it's natural, and you're friends, after the event's over. Because usually the winner's going to be buying the beers anyway.
Hans, as you know, having won this, you receive an automatic bye to compete in the Extreme Games in the summer of '95. What do you say about that?
I'm pretty psyched about it. It sounds like one of the biggest events we're going to have in climbing and maybe ever. And, I mean, the money's big, that's always nice, but just the invitation to come is going to be really nice. I was just focusing on this thing. I got to win. These guys are tough. And now when you just mention that, it just makes it all the sweeter. I'm psyched to go to it.
Here's a wrap of the competition. In the men's speed event, Hollywood Hans Florine lived up to his reputation, flamboyant and fast. And Diane Russell is the very fastest in the women's speed event. Difficulty? Bobby Binsman may have felt the pressure of being the woman to beat. Mia Axon edged her out to be the national champion. It will be Mia going to the Extreme Games. In the men's difficulty, Doug Engelkirk just edges out Scott Franklin. He'll go to the Extreme Games. He's the national champion.
Extreme Games 101 is brought to you by Taco Bell and New Porter Light Burritos. Fast food, not fat food. By Miller Lite Ice. The night is young. And by AT&T. Extreme Games 101 continues after this. In the works on Extreme Games 101.